And we are live. It's the 26th of the 7th, 2025. The time is 25 minutes to 3. That means only one thing. Spa-Francorchamps, round 13, qualifying. Not that sprint qualifying nonsense that we saw before. This is not for 8 points or 7 or 6. This is for 25. All of the marbles, and I'm here for it. We are T-minus 24 minutes away. The reason why I was late is because I was dialed into Nico Rosberg and Anthony Davidson, getting techier than techie things, dissecting for the differences between Oscar and Lando. I can give you them in a couple curtailed, concise bullet points. Oscar's quicker through the fast speed ones. Basics, full stop, new paragraph, notwithstanding the fact that Jolyon Palmer has been telling us that there's no speed to be gained through Spa and Eau Rouge and all the quicker bits. P1's practically flooded it. Well, not true, chap, because Oscar Piastri gained 0.4 during sector 2 alone. Okay, so that's twisty, so that maybe leads into Jolyon Palmer's point nevertheless. But you just saw bloody going through Eau Rouge that Oscar Piastri is using more of the track and taking higher minimum speed. So what do you think that leads to, Jolyon Palmer? Quicker lap times. What are we doing here? Brett, you're a legend. John, you're an absolute legend. What are we doing here indeed? Far too kind as always. Let me say at the outset, I'm grateful ad infinitum for each and every single one of you who joins me and indulges my F1 muggles and B-spec F1 monologues, soliloquies, talking extemporaneously, etc. etc. We are quadruple 0 Z settings, folks. No cam, sad face. I'm back. John, I tell you what, mate. I wanted to dial on early just as a signature, a sign of goodwill. But your boy got sabotaged by Waze as he's trying to navigate home, and it got techier than techie things. Waze was just doing one of these, taking me around in circles. I thought Waze was owned by Google Maps now, and they got it working somehow as a satellite navigation function, but apparently not. Apparently not. We are, John Perry, too kind as per usual. We are T-minus 22 minutes away from the main event. Listen, some might say that the race is all, that's the crescendo, and ultimately it always will be in F1. But for me, do you want me to go, can I blaspheme for a second in the name of Formula One and its format? Qualifying, I don't think you get better than this. For me, it's the crescendo of the weekend. It has been over the past 12 races, I'm going to be honest with you. Balls to the wall. Do you know what I mean? Faster than fast things. Driven at 10 tenths. I just can't. I don't hate it. I can't hate it. Jigsaw. Go on then. Let's get to going. Because, and again, for context. Sans yesterday, the past 5. So okay, let's do the past 6, including yesterday's sprint qualifying. Over the past 6 Q3s, Maximilian Verstappen has won all but 1. That was yesterday. That was Oscar Piastri. That was 0.4, sector 2 going into sector 3. God tier from Oscar Piastri to get it done, to usurp one Maximilian Verstappen, given the most recent past that is as near as makes no difference, impossible to beat Maximilian Verstappen around there. 21, Max Verstappen pole, 22, 23, 24. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so he didn't start from pole last year. Charles Leclerc did, but that's because they usually take a cheeky engine penalty, put Maximilian Verstappen in 14th, and then he gets the first in the first like 15 laps now. There's going to get techier than techie things in a minute. It is Oscar, and it is Maximilian Verstappen. Maybe Lando can. Maybe I'm being a bit hot. Where's EasyG at? Am I being a bit harsh on Lando? Maybe I should look. Let's have a cheeky look at the odds to see who's got it. I would contend that maybe Oscar is still... Oscar said post-race, the sprint race, that he was looking to take more downforce out of his car, did he not? He didn't want to be a sitting duck as he was during the sprint race to a very low downforce RB21 of Max Emilian Verstappen. But that means, therefore, that he won't be as quick over the course of a hot lap in qualifying. There is give and takes to this. I feel like Red Bull in that RB21 and its set up around Spa Eau Rouge, they've traversed that very fine line nicely. Bloody Nora, chat. Oh my goodness. Right. The bookmakers are the EasyG, cover your ears strap. The bookmakers are massively disrespecting the one that they call Lando Norris, aka Dustin from Stranger Things. Check this out. Oh my gosh. Oh, the humanity. So, right, Oscar Piastri is a mega odds-on favourite to smash this out. Let's go through some odds, because I know you guys like a bit of that. 17. Oh my gosh, Max Verstappen 5-1, yeah, plus 500 for those of you rooted in North America as betting degenerates. Okay. Oh my gosh, Charles Leclerc rank outside as well. Go on then, let me tell you. Currently, Oscar Piastri is an odds-on favourite, meaning, therefore, run a simulation of qualifying under these circumstances 100 times, that he wins more than 50. They have him winning 60%, putting it on pole, 61% of the time. Lando Norris, 23% of the time. Oh, the humanity, chat. What are we doing here? Maximilian Verstappen, 20% of the time. I tell you what, if Max Verstappen were less than... I think the rules are, if Max Verstappen is less than 15%, you just take him. 20%, though, feels about right, given the durable competitive advantage of that MCL 3-9. There is no statistical arbitrage to be had at the altar of Maximilian Verstappen, not this time, I don't think. Although we said the same thing about, not that he can't put it on pole, but that the odds are a gazillion miles away from the truth. Charles Leclerc, 4% of the time. Oh, the humanity, chat. What do we think to that? Go on, we need to get a poll out, don't we, Cameron? Let's have a gander. Since when, by the way, did uppercase letters become so abhorrent and disrespectful? Right. He was in the chat before telling me that I needed to put Charles in the poll. That's why you don't put Charles Leclerc in the, but not when these lines. You're gonna do, but there you go, Andash. Great minds think alike. Oscar is the fire-breathing McLaren dragon. Let's go, John. He's not a bad pet. He's all right, that Oscar Piastri. I've had to put some respect in his. I tell you what, this time last year, I thought that Lando Norris had at the very least another season of dominance in that McLaren car and team. No chance. Oscar said, you know what, I'll see that coming and I'll raise you this. Catch me outside. Do you know what I mean? He's not having it, is he, Oscar? Faster now. Makes less mistakes, more forensic in his car placement, more of a fire-breathing dragon, more ruthless than Lando Norris, more focused, more committed to see the overtake on Lewis Hamilton, see the overtake on Maximilian Verstappen a couple of races back, see the overtake on his teammate Lando Norris at the 2024 Italian Grand Prix. Same thing again, Baku, but this time on Charles Leclerc. He's building his CV of greatness, isn't he? He's not there yet. He can't talk to a Max or a Lewis or Ayrton Senna yet, but we're seeing this, some say, is the most exciting part of great. Not when they are great, Max doing this every single week and Lewis, but on the road to greatness. Do you know what I mean? Climbing up that hill, the gradient of which is very, very steep. Will he make it or will he not make it? Is Neo going to make his first jump? There's that uncertainty, the friction that sits. I mean, it's the line between certainty and uncertainty. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know whether Oscar can make his first jump. I don't know. Is the honest truth. I'm hoping. I mean, to save a dying puppy, are you going Lando or Oscar? I'm going Oscar every single day. I apologize in advance. Easy G. I am sorry for the blasphemy, because it is Lando Norris blasphemy. But do you know what I mean? Right. Let's go. There are 200 of you in here concurrently. Kayori, morning. Soon forward, Kayori. Soon forward. How are you keeping? It's right, I need to do something. And I need to get some metrics. Right, all of the metrics that you see on your screen shortly, powered by the go-to-est F1 app to have ever F1'd. The one that they call Multiviewer. If you want to download it, if you want to go and support them because they support us, go and get yourself the Multiviewer. The Multiviewer. Nice definite clause. Can't remember. It's been a long time since I did phonetics, do you know what I mean? And linguistics. Oscar should have this, but Max and Lando probably made changes. So let's see. I think so. Oscar in his post race interview said something to this effect: "Listen, the downforce is all well and good, but what I don't want to do is be a sitting duck like I was to Max Verstappen going through sector one, lap one. Yeah, the sprints are way too early. Geez, 6 a.m. Get it, Kyori, no chance. The real question is, will Sir Lewis Hamilton get a solid qualifying run in Jigsaw? I don't know. I've been going back and forth with Mr. Peter D. Windsor about the culpability around the sprint quali instance. The honest truth is that I don't know. I still don't know. Doesn't work on Chromebook. I think science is putting in that Williams P5 potentially. I mean, it'd be about time. He's due to wait. He had to wake up at some point, eh? So rubbish and dour has his performance been seasoned to date. I mean, flipping Nora Carlos. We love you, chap. We're rooting on you, but this has not been good enough, has it? Really? Let's be honest and truthful. What are we doing here, really? Carlito, man from Madrid, inventando. Stop inventing. Stop it. Stop inventing. What are we doing here? Well, you're going to let Alex Albon just steal your lunch money each and every... Oh, that Kyori. Vex for true. That is... Mama Cameron is not too pleased. Let's just put it that way. My boy Isaac will surprise today, says John. Oh, the humanity. John says, there has been a fire burning within Oscar. After Silverstone, it became an inferno. His body language has changed. Walking taller now, John. I feel like there was a soliloquy on the channel maybe like 24 hours ago. Maybe 24 hours ago. We can go back and watch it and check it, where I said that Oscar Piastri won't be looking to repeat, that there is vengeance surrounding Oscar Piastri in his countenance, that he won't want to do the mistake that he made in Austria. Turn 6, the door was open and he didn't go through it. After you, Claude, he said to Lando Norris, no bueno, uncharacteristically passive from Oscar Piastri. And in the second instance, the British Grand Prix, I mean, Annus Horribilis, surely, like what's uncharacteristic any from Oscar Piastri, man who doesn't make mistakes apart from at his home Grand Prix in Australia this year. What's he doing? What, you think he's going to come and not have the bit between his teeth? 100,000%. He's come for he's come to take names and steal Lando's lunch money this Grand Prix. Fix for the ills of previous Grand Prix. Mean reversion settings. Huh. Ollie Behrman, different wing, says Ted Kravitz. Don't know that. Let's have a gander. Hey, Behrman's gone big with the rear wing. Fair play. Fair play. Like, why? Why has he gone so... Max has put more wing on, eh? Let's have a go. Okay, so Red Bull apparently have learned the lessons of Christmas past being, if there's rain tomorrow, go on, give us a before and an after. Oh yeah, they have added more wing on, more downforce points, because longer race, downforce is going to be more important. Plus, Deggy's going to be a thing. Plus, it might rain. They can't have. I don't hate the risk. I enjoy the endeavour. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes fortune favours the brave. And when Maximilian Verstappen put on no wing at the British Grand Prix, he's always going to be susceptible, vulnerable, even if the racing gods decided that it should rain, and it did. And Max Verstappen was vulnerable. Interesting that they've tacked on more. I suppose for the sprint it's different though, because it's only 15 laps, right? So you can get away with it. Max Verstappen will be able to feed back the extent to which his tyres degged in the first instance, and secondly, whether he could hold off Oscar Piastri for another bloody 50 laps or whatever his race distance. That's got to make a difference. Go on then, let me get out some metrics. Right. What do we... Here we go. The likelihood of, it sounds like the likelihood of wet weather tomorrow is just on one of these. That's why everybody's putting on that bloody big wing and focusing on sector 2 and downforce. Right, there we are. Let's go. Let's go. When Nico Rosberg is in attendance, that's almost like a license for them to ask him stupid questions. What did Natalie Pinkman? What? Some daft questions. Come on. Lando isn't as comfortable on the rear, so I don't believe he would follow. Oof. On Oscar taking downforce out of it, sounds like they might stick. Again, if the probability that Rain's done one of these, then he might just stick where he is, eh? Oscar is relatively young and experienced. He will never be a Max. Never in his life, Issa says. Fortune favours the bright. What's wrong with me, Max? Why is wrong with me? Enunciation, apparently not my forte today. What are we doing here? Just an absolute F1 muggles I am. Mention no names, Harry Potter. Oof, let's go. Let's go. There's supposed to be rain before the race, not during. There you go. It's a good shout, John. Oscar, please take pole. General G says, you think Oscar will take some wing out as their car naturally has more downforce? That's what he was insinuating. He's insinuating that he wanted more straight line speed, that he could sacrifice something in sector 2 for a bit. And you know what? The extent of his sector 2 dominance in sprint quali kind of underlines that thought process now. Ollie Behrman has got hungry winglet. Yeah, he's changed it. Gone super downforcey. I reckon he would have had a look at the Oscar Piastri sector 2 and said, I'll have some of that, mate. And especially if it's going to rain tomorrow, then I'll definitely have some of that. It's going to get touchier than touchy things, ladies and gentlemen of the F1 jury. It will get techie. 200 of you in the chat concurrently, and I'm grateful to each and every single one of you ad infinitum. More than words might convey. I make no apologies for labouring that point, because this community ceases to exist if you guys don't show up, call me out on my F1 nonsense each and every single time, and hold my B-spec F1 feet to the F1 flame. Has to be done. This is a conversation. I recall at school, I didn't have anybody to talk to F1 about. One boy in class knew something about Jacques Villeneuve. He used to read F1 Race. F1 Race? What's the name of the magazine that Matt Bishop used to? That's going to trouble me now. F1. Not F1. Crackosaurus, you're too kind as always, sir. Far too kind. I'm grateful, mate, more than the bad guys. That looks quite good. I'm going to have to go and watch that for F1 Racing. There you go, Luke. I was there, wasn't I, Luke? But I just doubted myself. F1 Race? No, I was there. Luke, you're a legend. You're a legend. Go on then. Spa-Francorchamps, T-minus 6 minutes, and I'm here for it. I cannot wait. Suleiman, Wesley, Conrad, the tribe, Sean, welcome. Get yourself over to community tab. And if you are so inclined, get yourself over to the Discord. You will now, by dint of Crackosaurus's kindness, you'll now be entitled to a couple of different things. The Discord, of course, emojis you'll get. Sexy emojis I'll have, you know, by the way. That I still need to refresh. Access to a cheeky newsletter that I kick out once a week that all elated peddlers and members get to see. Too blessed, grateful. No, Crackosaurus, behave yourself. It is me that needs to be grateful for you guys each and every single time. King Cracker, you were there, mate. Yep, I was in the round, wasn't I? To 2 decimal places, Luke. You know what I mean? Just round up, whatever. F1 race. Absolute numpty I am. Numpty. Wasn't Peter Windsor. Peter D. Windsor was involved in that. So I think Matt Bishop was the editor. I mean, they've all gone on to do various different things, right, in F1. So, and I think at a time, it was Matt Bishop as the editor. I think Mr. Windsor was a columnist. And I think Tom Clarkson, who conducts the FIA press conferences, was also a columnist. So a good few of them. I mean, it's a shame. Can you imagine if they did that now? That magazine would be just flying off the shelves. I'd buy it. I suppose the equivalent is Motorsport magazine, because Matt Bishop still writes for Motorsport magazine. Manny, I appreciate you massively, more than you might know. Come on, Lawson's son. Let's go. Go on then. Your context is this. 104 metres elevation. It is round 13. It is the Belgian Grand Prix. It is Spa-Francorchamps. For now, dry. 7 kilometres distance. 360 kilometres per hour top speed. 1 minute 40.510. Lap record. Oscar Piastri yesterday. 102 metres elevation. 44 laps will be your race distance. It is long around here. Again, for the avoidance of doubt, tyre compounds a bit techie. They've missed one. You see this? They've gone C1, missed, but C1, 2, miss a few, C3, C4 are the next one. So again, they're trying to enforce different strategies, more pit stops, taking risks from the F1 teams with a view to enhance our viewing pleasure. We are T-3 minutes away from a cheeky qualifying session. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. Let's go. Giovanni, thank you so much. I fear that Lewis will be frustrated with the supposed upgrades he's carrying this one. Giovanni, I think he's already frustrated. He cut a very frustrated figure post-qualifying. So that's never happened. The insinuation, one of two things from Lewis. That's never happened to me, as in, it wasn't me. It was Scuderia Ferrari. Tell me that it was Ferrari as far as culpability without telling me it was Ferrari. Or he's doing what he did last year and saying, I'm just so bad, I can't out-qualify George and now shot like... I don't know, it's hard to read, but he didn't say it explicitly, which makes me think that he was pointing the finger of culpability at the team. That's what I think. Sir Lewis, yeah. It's a techie one, Giovanni. And still, I mean, I was talking to Mr. Windsor offline, and I hope he won't mind me saying, but by dint of the fact that Ferrari didn't bring, it's not like they're putting a new gearbox. Maybe they can fix, maybe if it was the Ferrari car to blame, maybe they can fix it with setup changes or whatever, but it wasn't, do you know what I mean? It wasn't something so catastrophic that they needed to bring a new part and declare it to the FIA. So maybe it was Lewis. I don't know. Didn't sound like Lewis. The engine note just sounded weird, right? All of a sudden the rear would just lock up. But sometimes drivers lock up the rear. I don't know. It didn't look like he was sufficiently aggressive on his brakes. Oh my God. Unsafe release. Unsafe release on Fernando Alonso. Ollie Behrman. I mean, investigate that. Alonso's like, I nearly crashed, red flag. You know what I mean? Stewart, do you want to have a look at this? Dangerous. Fernando Alonso. SNITCH. Meanwhile, Ferrari said, no, not the car. That's what I'm saying, Coyori. It's a Fred Vasseur. What did Frederick Vasseur say? Chaos, Coyori, imagine. Huh. Frictions, fissures at the team. I mean, everybody's got to save themselves, right? What did he say? Frederick Vasseur. I've got it somewhere. We'll find it. That incident noted. I'm trying to find this Frederick Vasseur. I think Fred said something. Bear with. I'm trying to. They're looking to go out here. Look at this. Bear with, I promise. Red said something and I had it written down. Whatever. Fred, I think, insinuated that it was Lewis, that there was nothing wrong with the car or something like that. Come on, Max Verstappen. Come on, Max. Come on, Max, says Adel. You can blatantly hear the gearbox cry. It sounded weird, didn't it, Ishbox? It did sound weird. Oh my gosh, launch. Oh my gosh. What are we doing here? Stroll just crashes into the Sauber. I'm like, what have we done? Although the Sauber has been a bit cheeky, but flipping Nora. What are we doing here? What is the point? Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Right, go on then. Oh my gosh, Stroll, what a clown. I don't even know who was to blame. But you know, when past his prologue, you just assumed that Lance Stroll had a guilty hand, a deciding role. Unbelievable. Any news on teams going for range setups? Benzi, you were late, mate. We just did all that. So I think they're going for more downforce broadly. So Max is going for more downforce on his rear wing. Oscar wanted less. I'd be keen to see a but before and after. I'm not sure that he'll be going less anymore, given that it sounds like the probability of rain, an extensive rain, will be higher. How close to 50k? Error unknown. Very close, mate. 1,000 away. Soon, error unknown. I mean, we're going to have to do a big reveal, aren't we? Oh, there is nothing. Oh, no. There's nothing to see here. What's going on, Khalid? I hope you're good. Khalid is on board with Carlos Sainz. Khalito. Vámonos, Khalito. Stop inventando. Stroll's in the first lane. Can't blame him just because you don't like. You're right, Louis. You're right. Guilty as charged, mate. But sometimes, do you know what I mean? You forgive. If you're a serial offender, you forgive me for just convicting him without the requisite evidence. Go on. We've got 14 minutes left on the clock. Everybody out apart from George Russell, Max Verstappen, Bortoletto, Tsunoda-san. It feels like those bods who haven't yet set a time are banking on the track evolving expeditiously, potentially. Looking at Lando. Oh, here you go. There's Lando. Purple in, sector 2. Savaganda. Keen to see how Lando. And it's this sector 2 that I want to see. Lando's on it though. Look, he's purpling up in the micro sectors. But nah, and then Oscar says, I'll see you that and I'll raise you this. 43.5 from Lando through sector 2. Let's see what Oscar's got. Low 43s maybe? I don't know. 43.5 quicker, but not low 43s. Lando stepped up his game. I've said previously, Giovanni, your legend. I've said previously and still believe that Ferrari is now more of a marketing brand than even Red Bull. Almost apathetic view towards F1. Bloody Nora, Giovanni. You know, you remind me of a Joe Saywood newsletter that I read once upon a time. Their sales are, remember, their strategic objective in their last set of financial statements last year was that they want to graduate. John Kamen, you're a legend. Always go at Isaac, and leave Lance. I know I was being a bit harsh on Lance, wasn't I, John? But you'll forgive me. Piastri tops your timing sheet on a 141.998. To your point, Giovanni, in the financial statements, you have like a strategic. There'd always be a couple pages, or at least a couple stanzas that speak to the broader strategic objectives of a company, of an entity. Fiona May, no way. Fiona May, Italian long jumper. I used to love me a bit of Fiona May. Like, she wasn't Italian, she was British, and then she converted, didn't she? Anyway, whatever. No, to your point, Giovanni, in the last financial statements, the strategic objectives, T-minus 11 minutes and 45 seconds. In the last set of financial statements, Ferrari, if I recall correctly, spoke to becoming a luxury brand, diversifying out of sports car branding exclusively, that their goal now was to become a proper luxury brand and not just a builder of sports cars. How do you do that? You sign Sir Lewis. The issue is that they want to sell, their top line is a function of how many cars, road cars they sell, right? How do you grow that? Well, a couple of different ways. But some of that is by winning races in F1. But apparently, Giovanni, Joe Sayward reports that their sales have been doing one of these, notwithstanding their poor performance in F1. So why would they punch more money into F1 than they are doing already, when, from a financial perspective, not necessarily strategic, but from a financial, they're already extracting out of F1 what they need? Keep it going as is, eh? Enzo would be rolling in his grave, Coyori. Sporting Endeavour par. Incompetence. Go on then, Max Verstappen. Let's have a go. George Russell goes quickest. What's going on here? 30.130 through sector 1. And he's gone 44.3 through sector 2. Is George Russell about to go quicker here, chat? Holy smoke. Microsector, purple microsector. George Russell's about to go 41 something. Look at this. Or not. Huh? I got hoodwinked, chat. What happened? Oh, it's his middle sector. Flopped the middle sector completely. He lost his nearest, makes the difference. A second in the middle sector, but I missed it. He's gone purple sector 1, purple sector 3. Okay, it sounds like he's just dialed off all the downforce and just going. He's using spars of drag strip, isn't he? Nico is commenting on Sky Sports. Nico Rosberg. It's weird. He's going back and forth, isn't he? Why do McLarens go out so soon? They should come out midfield for the track. I don't hate that, Clive. I agree with you. But there's risk in leaving it late, isn't there? Yellow flags and red flags and crashes and getting held up. Liam Lawson's at sector 2. All right, so Liam Lawson's got all the downforce on, goes quickest through sector. And now Ollie Behrman goes quickest through sector 2 because they're all tacking wings on, aren't they? All that. Liam Lawson goes fastest, 41.7. What? Okay, so I think that means you need to be putting downforce on now. Ollie Behrman goes quickest sector 2, but isn't doing anything in sector 3. Albon, what is going on here? This is chaos. Behrman goes up to 3rd. All right, so look. Okay, so now we know. If you want to qualify high, then you got to tack on more downforce, eh? Carlos Sainz, okay. Track evolution, but also everybody's tapped on. Look at the wing of Hajar. Everybody's putting on these big rings. Hamilton goes quicker set to 129.9. Let's keep an eye on that. 29.9. That is quick. 0.2 quicker than Sainz. And quicker even than Charles Leclerc. To the tune of 3/100. Let's have a gander. Go on, let's have a look. Let's have a look at this one, Lewis. Charles goes 43.5 through sector 2. Lewis is about to finish his sector 2. Now let's see where Gasly goes up into 8th. Go on, show us a sector 2 time. Oh, wow. So, all right, look. Lewis matched Charles. Charles tops the timing sheets. Lewis matched Charles in sector 1. but then loses 2.5 tenths in sector 2. Why? Because he doesn't have the confidence, does he, going through the twisties? Even the medium speed ones. 0.9. Look at that, 3 tenths again, chap. So we're back to where we were as far as the quantum between Charles and Lewis. 3 tenths. Not good. Not good. Hey. Go on, currently in a drop zone with 7 minutes left. Bortoletto, Antonelli, Stroll, Russell, Colapinto. Only 15 will go through to Q2. Only 15. So if they go downforce and then tomorrow it rains, there would be no. So they're going higher downforce. Daniel, don't hate it from Lewis Kayora, but it's not what we're looking for. I repeated the Hulks that I know, mate. When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. I am a real American. Fight for the right side. He's a rookie. What's up with Kit? Yeah, true. He's struggling at the moment massively. None of us wanted him to move, but had no choice. Kyrie, being honest, I wanted Lewis to move. Did want him to. I was sick and tired of Mercedes. But Toto's words are ringing loud in my ears now. T-minus 6 minutes remaining. Lando Norris on a hot one. Yeah, Toto's words are ringing very loud in my ears. Why now? Not surprised that he left, but why? The timing is bonkers. 42.9. First of the 42 runners through sector 2. Here he is. Come off Dustin from Stranger Things. Look at that. Versus, look at that. With 2 tenths down in sector 1 on Shaw. But look at that, 0.6 up. So he's carrying 0.4 worth of delta going into sector 3. Sector 2. And he's going to be 0.4. So it'll be about 41.2, I think. 41.2, 41.1 from Lando. There we go. 41.0. Shoot. Jeez. You step over the line, brother. I can't do it, Dr. Chad. I mean, the Hulkster, right? Not the greatest human being, so I'm told, but a fantastic wrestler that revolutionised the game, some say. 30 points. Excuse me, you boys knackered. Look at that. So Oscar Piastri goes second. Oof, oof. Easy G. Easy G. Yeah, he's taking the second sector, but nowhere near where he was. That you would assume that Lando made a mistake in sector 2, but he didn't say that, which was why it's so concerning. Oscar with that yellow set. Yeah, it was a bad first sector. But even that apart, look. Still had it. Even if you just look at their sector 2, sector 3s, Lando was still a 10th up. Normalised. I am a real American. Fight for the right. T-minus 3 minutes. We have 400 of you in the chat, and I'm grateful to each and every single one of you. Ad infinitum, in perpetuity, tea, and all that gubbins. Max is going to take it. Do you think so, Khalid? Matt gambling again. They're going to... Why not, though? At this juncture, science faster than his old set. Chaos. Analog miles. Absolute chaos of the embroiled, untrammeled variety. If Carlos Sainz out qualifies Lewis yet again, will that be his like third straight or something? It's not good. And Kimi Antonelli's got to grow himself a pair and overcome now. He can't just be a rookie in terms of his resilience. Resilience is the cost of doing business, eh? You love to see it. Ugh. The first time Lando was faster than Oscar so far this weekend, which is crazy. That's flip reverse, right? It feels like Lando's building himself a weekend as opposed to one Oscar. OJ, Piastri, 511 of you watching could currently do me a favour. If you like the stream, then like the stream. The metrics either side of your screen are being provided. Stream. The metrics either side of your screen are being provided to you by the legends over at Multiview, the go-to F1 app to have ever F1. You can download it for free on a desktop or a laptop. Give me your best. You step over the line, brother. You stepped over the line. I can't, Chad. I can't. It's not one, to be fair, Chad, it's not one that I remember necessarily from the Hulkster. It's all of this, isn't it? It's the ripping of the shirt that was so iconic. The most iconic one is why are we talking about wrestling with 90 seconds left on the docket? No, the most iconic one is the Ultimate Warrior one. I'm gonna take the steering wheel and crash your plane. Oh, here we go. George Russell on purple. Donate that. I'm revealing how much of a wrestling dork I was once upon a time, and age as well, specifically, more pertinently. 43. Oh my gosh, George Russell going quickest in sector 1, but then he loses a second. Mate, you need some more downforce, George. You're giving away too much in sector 1. Irrespective of whether you're fastest in sector 1, if you give away a second to the leaders in sector 2, then you're finished. George Russell goes 8th, just. Gone in the drop zone, 47 seconds left on the docket. Bortoletto, Stroll, Colapinto, Alonso, and Ocon. Yeah, Stroll's flopped it. Look at that. Stroll would have to go again, but probably not on those soft compound tyres. He's done so. Colapinto, fastest with the speed trap I have, you know. But again, it looks like he's got no chance, eh? 27 seconds remaining. Snodasan, 15th. Not quite in the drop zone, but very nearly. I know, consistency was... when Ultimate Warrior came, though, he was... Pause. Agile up to 4th. Sonoda up to 10th. Let's go. Bloody Nora Bearman. You need to tack on yourself some more wing, eh? Hulkenberg up to 22nd. The only person still going around is Ocon in the drop zone. In fact, that's a lie. Ocon. Gasly goes fastest in the sector 1. Huh. Everyone's still going around. All the bottom 5. Stroll's done. Gonzo. Nothing from Stroll. Stroll out in Q1. What's Alonso got though? Nothing. Looks like he's gone. Gasly goes purple. Sector 1. Oh shoot. Lewis right on the edge of the drop zone. Oh no, Lewis. Please. No. You can't do this to us. No. Can't swim. 43.6. Gasly goes 11th. Fudge. Go on then, Lewis. Come off the out. Come off the man. Lewis going yellows. No, he's struggling in sector 3. Go on, Lewis. Flipping Nora Lewis. Lewis goes 7th right there. Why are you doing this to us, Lewis Hamilton? Look at this. Matching as near as makes no difference. His younger teammate, modern day Jean Lazy. Colapinto goes 17th. That's it done. Antonelli out again. Pressure cooker settings. Pressure cooker settings. Jeez and bees, says Kayori. Kayori, that's techie. That's very techie. Toto, you looked American soap opera chat. I'll tell you what, he's going to be right. What's Antonelli's number? 18. Matt Verstappen, you have 18 missed calls from Toto, the boy who cried wolf. I think he's crumbling a bit. You always get that. I mean, they always jump out the gate, and then when things get difficult, second season syndrome, they call it, right? When things get a little bit difficult, it gets hard, and it gets. Lewis track infringements drops down to 16th. Yeah, why not, mate? Why not? Do you know what I mean? Just crack on. Track infringement, Sir Lewis Hamilton gone in Q1. Antonelli and Lewis Hamilton out in Q1. Yeah, of course. What's the point, Easy G? They do this before. Do you remember when they did this to us last year? Made it look like Lewis had put it on pole and then reinstated Lando Norris's lap time. 5 DNF's last 6 races is worse than Logan. But he brings in that Mercado Libre sponsorship. I'm not lying. Easy G. Look at the thing to your right. Della. Incredible. Yeah, why not, mate? Just debate him. Do you know what I mean? No, Sokam. Can't bother. Says Sudan. Me neither. To be honest, that's long. Apathy to the whole situation. That's long. It was there. The lap time was a 1:41.6, and then they just flipping struck it off. Such a team error. Same yesterday. Did the team make an error? It sounds like if it. Oh, I'd stay able to talk about it. You might go again with holding the drivers too late. This is going to scooter back to the hotel. John, no, you can't be so insensitive, sir. Fudge. Imagine Bottas and Max together. Oh my gosh, chaos. That needs to come back to Alpine. Michael, Cam, in order to skip F3 for a guy that finishes 6th place in F2, should have been back in F2. Only God like talent like Max can start at 18. Only God like talent. I don't disagree with it, Michael. To be fair, some drivers need to go away and serve time right. Experience, earn their corn, and go through the rite of passage. Look at this. Oh my God, borderline. Radion. Sabotage. Let's have a look. Did I miss the camera angle? Yeah, they didn't show the proper camera angle. It looked borderline. Sabotage. I'm anti-Lewis and even I feel sorry for him. Oh, the humanity. That front angle when you see Lewis do that with his helmet just reminds you of Abu Dhabi 21A. He's fuming. Look at this. So this will be 13 races then that Sir Lewis won't have podiumed. Look at Behrman in 5th and Sir Lewis in 16th. Yeah, of course. Track limits infringement at Spa seems wrong. You know, I hear you, CJ. And they change it for different tracks, don't they? That's a bit long now. A bit long, that is, isn't it? Oh no, Michael, he needs to serve a bit more time, didn't he? Tom Kerridge, who is that? I can't believe I just saw Fiona May. I used to love Fiona May back in the day. Italian long jumper. The longest legs that you've ever seen from a human. I mean, it's so close. You don't think so, Crackosaurus? Oh, it's bloody, it's negligible, isn't it? I don't disagree, John. Like, honestly, it's sometimes in F1 it's weird. Need a top view. It's very close, isn't it, OG Zilla? Is Ferrari lost with Leclerc in 6th? Oh, fudge. Right. Everything. Is everything. Oh, fudge. That's also the sauce. Lewis not even coming out of the car. Look at that 100 million for what? Start sort the fudging car out. Lewis, no, I can't bear the sulking. The sauce or la sauce. I want to see the angle, says Crackersaurus. As far as I'm concerned, that was a proper lot. It looked marginal. Crackersaurus, it did look marginal. I don't want to rate, like, look, I can be very critical of Sir Lewis, given I've seen and experienced his highs, right? I feel like I'm entitled to. For him to be so great once upon a time and for me to extend him all this grace, for me, doesn't make sense, if I'm honest. But I can't kick a man when he's down. That's just cruel. Can't get a break these days. Look at what happened in sprint quali, and now this in the qualifying, probably is like, don't know, chaos. Put in some more documents. Oh, Toto is playing too much games to the contract situation. It's affected Kimi at some point. I'm going to need... I'll tell you what, Esso. I think what's affected Kimi is that he now needs to show some teeth. It's his debut season. That's the context. It wasn't going to be all like roses every single race. Lewis is fuming. Look at that. Look at his shoulders. Nah, he's not pleased, Lewis. Washed. 40 years. I just can't do it. It's not fair, is it? 40 years old, number 44. It's chaos at the team. Like, I think given the right set, it is devastating. Given the right circumstances, you can do something, but... Oh, well, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? That feels like it's taken the air out of this qualifying ever so slightly. Sponsoring red, I know. TWM, I shouldn't be, but... Your boy's been all over the shop today. Getting a car and doing all this stupidity. It's nonsense. Needs more documents, Lee. It says, don't do it, Lee. That is cruel. And to the Kimi point, to be fair, we've had 12 race weekends in 17 weekends. 12 in 17. On an 18-year-old kid, that's going to take a time, as well as a 40-year-old man, right? But if you're brand new to this and then all of a sudden you start driving badly and making mistakes, you have the sprint qualifying pole that was chaotic a couple of races back, Miami, if I recall. And then since then, it's just been chaos. I think he's knackered. He's just finished school. You know what I mean? Like, I think he and Lewis Hamilton need to be extended a bit of grace on different ends of the spectrum. Lewis out qualified by his teammate and both Haas. Oh, Joe Bar, it's chaos. Those who are MotoGP fans, Sir Lewis Hamilton is giving me VR46 vibes. Oh, the humanity. Oh, he wasn't making any moves in traffic during the sprint DRS train settings. Bloody no. Such a horror story for Lewis. Maybe he does get on the podium tomorrow with Rain Challenger. Heidi says, I think he might be a tad overhyped. But there's a recency bias in that statement from me, isn't there, Heidi? So Louis straight to the steward's office, didn't even remove his back. Hey, let's go. Didn't even remove his Hans device. Hans device? Hans, right. Hans device, no Hans. Go on then, Max Verstappen on a quick one. Ocon goes purple in sector 1. What? Lawson, oh, because nobody set a lap time. That's why, Cameron. T-minus 10 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in Q2. Only 10 will go through. Only 10 will go through to Q3. Max Verstappen goes purple. Okay, so everyone's going purple. All eyes on Max Verstappen, right? 40.9. Oof. Oof. 40.975. Icons family. Here we go. There's a Sonoda-san. Let's go. 2 tenths, 2.5 tenths, 3 tenths even adrift of his teammate Max Verstappen. Don't hate that. Oscar Piastri on a hot lap. So too Lando Norris. Let's go. 42.6. Oh, those 2 tenths up. Lando 2 tenths up already, going through accumulatively. Going through Q2. He's going to slot in about 40.7, isn't he, Lando? 40.6 from Oscar. Lando will be going similar. Look at this. What can Lando do here? Oh, come off the hour, come off the Oscar Piastri. Lando Norris 2.0 fails to seize victory from the jaws of defeat. But then again, it's only Q2, and Lando's getting there, eh? Turning it up at the critical times. So Sonoda-san, don't hate that though from him. 41.2, 3 tenths. Take it. Take it to him, easy G. I mean, your boy's warming. Lando Norris is getting there. He's significantly closer to Oscar than he was yesterday this time. He must have made a mistake in sector 2, eh? Lewis did not need that today. Come on, says go Lando. I'm intrigued to see what Behrman can pull off of me. That's not bad from Ollie, eh? Safat Corey, I misunderstood. He has the upgraded suspension, but I mean, when he was asked about said upgraded suspension, Lewis was like, "It's a filming day." You know what I mean? Prince Andrew settings. It was a shooting day. Party. Oscar Piastri leads from Lando Norris on a 40.6, a tenth down the road from his teammate. Max Verstappen. Look at that, 3 tenths adrift. Fudge. Sonoda come back and come in. I don't know about that yet. Oh, careful. Careful, Ollie. Copium, Coyori. I mean, but what other word than that comes to better epitomise the community to which you speak? I really like the new kick livery. I'm not a big fan, Crackers. Audi started to make a serious impact. Well, Jonathan Wheatley started to make a serious impact, I think. Oscar was P1, SQ3, 40.5. Yeah. The context. Yuki's doing better. Go on then. T-minus 6 minutes and 1 second left on the docket tomorrow. Rain will change everything, Safak says, just like it did in the British Grand Prix last 3 weekends ago. I found new respect for it. He's a gangster. Coyote. I knew he was a gangster. That time, I want to say in 2022 when they did the half distance at Suzuka. Do you remember this? Leclerc on the radio. Honestly, I don't think there is much more than this lap. It was a really good lap, bloody Nora. Charles Leclerc maxed out on a 41.0. Let me tell you how Jonathan Wheatley's a gangster. When they did half race distance at Suzuka because it was wet, or 75, they did 2 hours, but it ended up being 75 race distance or something like that. And Max Verstappen won, but there was a big question around whether the FIA could award him the 25 points that he so needed to become champion that year. Ahead of time, of course. It wasn't like Suzuka was the final race. But then you could see Jonathan Wheatley on the pit wall combing through the rules and regs. And he told the FIA that their rules, as they were written that year, allowed them to award Max Verstappen the 25 points because X, Y, and Z. Photographic memory. What do they call it? Eidetic memory. Mate, different level. He's the rule and regs guy. There is advantage in having Jonathan Wheatley. T minus 4 minutes and 33 seconds left on the docket. Lewis is in place. He belongs. Behave yourself, GRM. You can't say that possibly. Oh, but Crackosaurus, Prime Lewis Hamilton is a different thing altogether. Prime Lewis Hamilton was an absolute force of nature, chap. All these new bots says, oh, just joined. Is the Lewis out already? Neil. Lewis is out already. He made the time. He overcame circumstance. You know, I think he's going on for Lewis. I think he'll be I would be getting flashbacks of Abu Dhabi 21 all over again. Feels like he's doing everything right, but it's coming out wrong. And sometimes this happens. Yeah, no, I listened to that story, Mr. V. It's a good story that Oscar Piastri, Ollie Behrman, went to Sweden on holiday, and they happened upon a karting track. And Ollie Behrman's missus set himself the goal of breaking a lap record, and so he did it. And then the previous lap record holder re-broke the record back. The F1 season is crazy work, nasty work, so it's chaos. Horner, Verstappen's future, Lewis Hamilton chaos, Ferrari chaos, beef between McLaren drivers incoming. But. Oscar says some people need bigger mirrors. A lot of people need bigger mirrors. Apparently, says Oscar Piastri, and he's not wrong. But everybody needs to get out there. You don't have to work your way through traffic before doing yourself a hot lap. Brendel's right though. No contact, no contract for George. Not yet. I think they give him a 1+1, and I think in the end they'll accept it if they give him enough money for it. But the problem is when you give him a 1+1, if he's after a multi-year, he'll be like, well, you're going to need to put a couple more zeros on there for a short-term contract. I want a long-term one. Hit that like. Do me a favour and smash that like if you are so inclined. Like the stream if you like the stream. Pit lane exit scrapping is getting old. I know. Brenda makes the point though, right, Luke? What do you expect the back markers to do? To sit there and after you, Claude, every time? Nah. It's a good shout, that Safak. I think he'll be all right. It is a big gamble, though. That's a big gamble because the rate of track even. Oh my gosh, I'm scared now, Safa. The rate at which the track's been evolving, particularly in the dying embers of a session, has been chaos, right? Absolute chaos. 40.9. Where are we now? No, it'll be all right. Science isn't going to improve a second. Surely not. Surely not. He's safe. No need to waste the tyre. Maybe, Safat. The stranger things have happened. Let's see who's coming around here first. If I see one of these put in a lap quicker than 40.9, then Houston may have a problem there. Go George Russell. Mr. Sector 1. 29.9. You'll know very quickly whether Max is in trouble by whether... Bloody no, look at Hajar, 41.2. It's tight. Hulkenberg gone. Drop zone, Behrman, Sainz, Lawson, Hulkenberg, Ocon. Although Ocon goes quicker set to 1. How quick is George going to get? You'll know whether Max is in trouble from whether George goes quicker or not. No, Max is all right. If George didn't go quicker, then no, he's all right. Track looks empty from Pierre's position. No, he's all right. Oh no, the track isn't evolving. Look, everybody's going slower. Although Lawson's gone up to 8th. Don't hate that. Currently in the drop zone, Gasly, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Sainz, Behrman. Ocon going right. See, look at this. Ocon goes 2/10 quicker in sector 1 than Piastri. But I think these are doing what Williams is doing. They're saying, well, we haven't got the aerodynamic efficiency, so just sack it off. Take off all the downforce, and at least you'll get a purple sector 1, sector 3. All eyes on Esteban Ocon to see whether he can make it through to No chance. Look at that. 11th. Nothing doing. Out in Q2. Ollie Behrman, Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Hulkenberg, Sainz. You know who's not out in Q2? Tsunoda-san, let's go. Nor is Liam Lawson, nor is Hajar, nor is Bortoletto. That Racing Bulls car, I don't know, there's some kind of, I don't know what NOS they've got in there, or save yourself some tyres, right, you sticks. So, what's going on, Ben? Now, long time no see. You're a legend, Ben, and I appreciate you, mate, and far too kind as always. Glad to have you on board, mate. Ocon's mother is beautiful. I didn't see Ocon's mother. Put Alonso in a Merc and he probably wouldn't get close to Charles, to be fair. Lewis was just delusional to think he in a Ferrari. Yeah. I don't even think Lewis thought he could. Not initially. He's really, really quick. Fire-breathing dragon, a young, hungry lion in Charles Leclerc, aka modern-day Jean Alesi, in his pomp. You know what I mean? So what are you going to do today? Oscar's still taking the second sector he is, but just barely. That's 1/100th this time round, eh? As opposed to 4/10, 6/10 versus Lando. Maybe he's taken some. I reckon he might have taken some downforce out of that car, you know. I suspect that he and Lando were running different setups. That's why Lando was able to close up on him so quickly in the dying numbers of the sprint race. Benzi says, Cam, any chance of promotion of Red Bull design? There's going to be a lot of churn, isn't there? A lot of movement at Red Bull because some are die-hard Christian Hornerists and some hated him. Some have it in their contract that if Christian Horner leaves, then they can null and void their contract. Some wanted nothing more than for Christian Horner to leave because to a greater or lesser extent, Red Bull had become Christian Horner racing. Draw a line under it, right? Build a bridge. It's going to get interesting. Anton says, how much was Mercedes carrying? Oh, for crying out loud, Anton. The honest truth, Anton, is I don't think we'll ever know true. You can never revise history in the first instance, and you'll never be able to normalise for the W11, the god tier Mercedes cars that he drove, right? But there were some seasons, 2017, when Sebastian Vettel was right there, and you still had to beat him, right? 2018, I want to say as well, Seb was right there. There were some seasons where Lewis had to fight. Like, it wasn't... So looking back and seeing the driver standings on Wiki and thinking that Lewis had it. And then even 2021, who we know Max Verstappen has become as a driver makes you rethink 2021. Like, do you know what I mean? On both counts, Lewis and Max, that both of them were just incredible that year for the most part, notwithstanding a few cheeky errors from Sir Lewis. Mentioned no names, Baku, but broadly he was god tier. I understand the opinion that Lewis is down, but how's a little bit Krakosaurus. Cam, who is best, Charles, Piastri, or Russell? Ben, if I think when all's said and done, Oscar will be better than both of those two. I don't know whether he's better than Charles and George now. Maybe he is though. That's the rate at which he's evolving. Just like, excuse me, just like a track in qualifying. I didn't think he'd be able to nail. I didn't think he'd be able to nail Lando so soon. Is the honest truth. But no, Wenzel. I think Oscar's. And not we're not talking about best driver. That it's not. It's more than just speed. Charles probably always going to be quicker than Oscar when he's at his Weetabix, right? Charles has otherworldly speed. George Russell otherworldly commitment. But if you're going to blend both of those two, their aforementioned strengths, then you've got Oscar Piastri right when he's in final form. Will he make his first jump though? They both deserve to 100% max. They were both incredible that year. Champions are always doing the impossible. If they listen to everyone else's reasons, they wouldn't be. It's a great point. Therein lies the dichotomy of what it means to be a champion. Bearman has had enough. Yeah, I mean, sometimes motor racing, right? Sometimes stuff happens. Sadly, it's an incident of the race. An incident of the race. What do you want to do, Ollie Bearman? 500 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash the like, please. We've only got 151 likes. That's not good enough. Come on. If you like the stream, then like the stream. Are you kidding? Before Lewis, where was Mercedes? Is that even a question? Mercedes carrying Lewis's legacy? No chance. Oh my gosh. Lewis interview. Bloody Nora, just listening to Lewis there. He's not good enough. That's my mistake. It's unacceptable to not get through to Q2 in either sprint quali or quali proper. It's not good enough. Fudge cake. Ben, Cam, Leclerc ended Vettel, and Lucy's struggling. Lando against Sainz. Oscar hasn't proven himself. Not just yet, Ben. I agree with you. Not just yet, but he's proving himself. Look, it is one of those ones where you can tell from how we're in Q3, by the way, 10 minutes on the docket. You can tell by the overtaking manoeuvres, right? Not necessarily how high his curve's been for how long, but how high his curve's been at any one point in time. Baku, the overtaking manoeuvre on Charles Leclerc, the overtaking manoeuvre around the outside on Lewis earlier this season that Lando had to get advice for so that he could pull a similar overtaking manoeuvre. Oscar doesn't need that sort of stuff. Same thing, chicane to Italian Grand Prix. Jos Verstappen looks like 20 years younger, doesn't he? He's won. They've all gone and got their hairs cut. Do you know what I mean? Jos Verstappen just looks like he won. John Perry, far too kind as always, sir. Thank you, mate. It is my privilege. Kyrie, SO, don't entertain it. I say, Anton, I agree. Lewis has not been performing, and that's fair. But to question the man's legacy and what he's achieved, I mean, he was brilliant when he was ready. If you want to check out who he was, go back or is still. Go back and check out 2006 GP2 Pizzione and PK going through Maggots and Beckett's incredible settings. There were some of those performances in GP2 as well. From the last shall be first. It's time, says Easy G. Listen, if you're a brand new member, do yourself a favour, get yourself over to the community tab, join the Discord, etc., etc. You'll get yourself priority and comments in the lives each and every single time, because when it gets a bit techie, can pronounce him for it's so bad. Krakosaurus. Because I watch so much Top Gear on Clarkson. Clarkson always used to say Vettel rather than Vettel. The correct way is the latter, not the former. I know. Bad habits die hard, though, Krakosaurus sometimes. Go on then, let's have a go. 500 of you in the chat can currently do me a favour. If you like the stream, then like the stream. We have ourselves a Q3, T minus 8 minutes and 30. George is on a hot one, so too. He's won Oscar Piastri, pushing, look at this. And so too is Max Verstappen. Let's have a go. Max Verstappen, 42.9. It's that second sector, 42.9. But Max is still 0.3 adrift. Look at that. You can't catch those McLarens in sector 2. Look at that. Go on then. George Russell goes quickest. Okay, so Max is half a tenth. All right, so Max is half a tenth quicker. 42.5. Fudge. From Lando. Look at that. Lando's going quicker than Lando's got, look at that. Lando's got 2/10 in hand on Oscar because he's nailed sector 2, chat. Oh, the humanity. Sonoda-san goes up to 4th. What are we doing, Lando? Go easy on him. Oscar Piastri's about to go provisional pole, but he's not going to beat Lando. 40.7. Lando's going to go about 2/10 quicker than that, I think. 40.5. Wow. Lando Norris has the whip hand, ladies and gentlemen. Easy G. That shot put some respect on his name, eh? That's not Lando Norris. That's Lando Norris 2.0. Forget Dustin from Stranger Things. Look at that. 42.579 through sector 2. Oscar Piastri. Over to you, chap. Go on then. Bortoletto. Look at this. Bortoletto, lap time deleted. Alex Albon going quick. 8th. Jeez. Go on then. We go again. Go on then. Your top 3 look like this. Really weird. Just didn't have the same grip. Oh, so Max Verstappen. I don't know, but he sounds like he's tacked more downforce on, eh? Oi, come on, OJP. I know he's going to have to go again. Interesting that from Lando. Lando said yesterday that he was going to go away and have a look at bits and bobs, and it feels like he's done his, he's studied due diligence mode from Lando and Norris. He's not having it through sector 2. Not anymore. Not anymore. Yeah, you're wrong. All agreed, Ben, now. Says Daniel. Yeah, we agree to disagree. Didn't I say don't count out Lando? Neil, you did, as did Easy G. You did. Recency bias is a disease in sports. And again, I feel like let me hold my tongue for a second. Let's see what Oscar Piastri's got. I feel like, looking at the time, 2/10. I feel like I'm still going Oscar. I'm still going Oscar. Around here, I'm going Oscar. My story, and I'm sticking to it. It's a very, very good shout that Max Verstappen was on old tyres, Anton. It's a very good shout. Max Verstappen did that lap on 6 lap old softs. Why though? Because he saved himself an extra set of softs. First time round, didn't he? Is he looking to run softs? Is he looking to run softs during the why has he saved himself an extra set of softs? It's a good shout, Cameron. I failed to spot that. So go on then, we go again. Brundle made the point that they'll need to be on their toes because Max is going to go a lot quicker than that, right? A brand new fresh set of softies work, I'd guess, anywhere between 0.2, 0.3. So if he just does the same lap again, that puts him already the meat in the McLaren sandwich, right? Yeah, this is going to get techie. Lando 2.0. And Oscar's going to go quicker. Did Red Bull bring upgrades? I think they might have brought floor fairings from memory. Don't quote me though. It's mostly the car, but I think only Max outperforms the car consistently. That is definitely the case thus far this season. That's not an unreasonable assertion. Maybe last run on a new. Yeah, but I mean, he's got an extra set, Safak. Do you know what I mean? So he could have done 2 runs on 2 brand new softs. Oscar goes out last. Go on, let's have a gun. John, I'm nervous. Oh my God, this is too much. Please, no. No. 500 of you watching concurrently. Before we get into this final hot lappery, do me a favour and smash the like. It's about to get techier than techie things, and your boy out here is nervous, more nervous than the most nervous of things. Squirrel levels of nervous, pant-wettingly nervous. 600 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smahoosh the like. We have T-3 minutes left on the docket, and this is your final set of hot runs. Round 13, the Belgian Grand Prix, Spa-Francorchamps. Oh, the humanity, I'm nervous. One is nervous. Here we go, Lauren Meckies again. Very weird seeing that fella on the pit wall instead of what's his face, Christian Horner. I mean, what are we doing here? 500 of you in the chat concurrently. Do me a favour, smash the like. Ian says you need to take that half if Max gets pole. Listen, I wouldn't commit to it because I know very well, more than most, that the possibility of Max getting pole is a non-zero one, a materially non-zero one as well. It's gonna get techie. 440 if you're watching, could already do me a favour, smash the like, please. I'm gonna keep reminding you. I'm grateful though, added for an item to each and every single one of you, because you guys keep this ship, excuse me, chat. All right, let's go. Go on then, chat. Focus, Cameron. All eyes on Maximilian Verstappen. Right, the pick to click sector 1 is 29.9. Let's see how close Maximilian Verstappen can get to that. Yellow microsectors for the most part. 30.1. I don't like that, Max. That's not even his best. Ah, it's poor. It's poor from Max. Bloody Nora. Hajar quicker. Go on then, Max. Over to you. He's hoping Max would have tinkered with the setup. Maybe Max has tinkered with the setup with a view to get a gangbusters sector 2. Oh yeah, look at that. Track temps 39.8. It's not evolving at the same rate. Great point, Martin Brundle. All eyes on Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc goes fastest of all, 29.8 through the first. Go on then. All eyes on Max Verstappen, sector 2. The peak to click is 42.5. That's your benchmark. 42.7. Wow. So Max Verstappen has dialed up the downforce, but he's losing too much in sector 1 now. Sector 1, he's 2/10 off, and then he's another 2/10 off. Yeah, 0.4. As Lando Norris goes quicker through sector 2. Oh my gosh, bloody Nora. George Russell goes quicker. Oh my gosh, George Russell goes quickest. Max Verstappen goes second. Or third even. Fudge. Go on then, Lando's on 1 here. Agile up to 4th. Oh my goodness. Only 4/10 adrift from Max Verstappen's best. Go on then, all eyes on Lando Norris. 41.5 is the pick to click. Doesn't beat it. Oscar Piastri, over to you, sir. 29.9. 45. Piastri's about... Oh my gosh. Leclerc kills it. Look at that. 40.9. 3 thousandths. 3 1,000ths quicker. Over to you, Oscar Piastri. Has he got the whip hand? Is he going to do it? Doesn't do it. Lando Norris has the whip hand. No way. Lando 2.0. No, Russell can't. 41.2. Look at that. George Russell. This shows you what Jekyll and Hyde type track this is. Russell does quicker set to 1 and quicker set to 3. 2 tenths. 2 tenths up in set to 1. Flat as near as makes their difference set to 3. But then he's 1 second adrift in set to 1. Set to 2 even. What? What's the point? If you can gain a couple of tenths in set to 1 and then be 1 second adrift, then you're doing something wrong. Fair play. Leclerc is ultimate over 1 lap. He's done well there, hasn't he? He's outperformed it. Alex Albon goes up into 5th. Look at that. Bloody Nora. 3 tenths adrift. That, ladies and gentlemen of the F1 jury, is chaos. Said at the start, and I stand by it, if Lando Norris can out-qualify Oscar Piastri, then for Lando, that shows growth. Oh yeah, look at Max Verstappen had a massive instant in set to 1, didn't he? Look at that. Anytime you're going sideways, you're not going forward. Yeah, it was gonzo for Max. Jumped on the throttle a bit too soon. Modern day journalese. I don't hate it, bloody Nora. Nasty work from Alex Albon. Not nice, Max. That's nasty work. Up into 5th. 3 tenths adrift. Don't hate it. Cannot hate it. Bloody Nora. I stand corrected, Neil. Easy G, talk to me nice, says Easy G. Talk to me nice. Yeah, no, your boy's done well, to be fair to him. I can't hate. I was convinced. I would have put all of my chips on the... That feels like that's significant. Michael Romero says, modern day Jean lazy. I know. He's not... Again, I've got to talk to him nice as well, haven't I, Michael? For now, he's not done too badly there as Charles Leclerc. Besting Max Verstappen by 3 1,000. Oof. Go on, then. How do you like yourself some F1? That's not bad at all, Daniel. Okay. Go on then. Easy pass for Oscar. And I think that Norris haters cry. I am crying, John. He's made a mug of me, man. And why I think that's so significant is because this is Oscar's track. He's made it quite clear that this is his favourite track, and that Lando's continued the momentum and beating him around here in quali, in absolute pace terms. Oh, the humanity. If it rains, anything can happen in spot. If it rains, then you got to lean into Maximilian Verstappen. Look at Lando 2.0, Pep in his step A. Finger boy settings, Sebastian Vettel settings. Red Bull going backwards tomorrow. They've got no chance. I think they've tapped on more downforce by dint of, well, I mean, Max Verstappen's like his oversteer moment would indicate that he didn't have enough downforce. Interesting, hard to read that, but props to that. Listen, I've got to take 2 seats, right? I've got to eat some Lando Norris humble pie because the dude's done well there. It feels like a seminal moment that he's recovered and he's found out who he is again. Props to Lando Norris. Easy to do as long as Max isn't splitting them. Oscar will not lead Lando, will not beat Lando in the race. One Leclerc haters, Neil. Lando haters. I'm a fully paid member of both of those clubs and I've got to take 2 seats. What am I going to do? I'm going to go and cry into my hot cup of cocoa. But props to Lando. I don't hate it. I mean, it's good seeing... it warms my heart to see drivers fulfilling their not insubstantial potential, particularly in the case of modern day Jean and Lando 2.0 now. Significant. I tell you what, if Oscar gets the opportunity, you're not going to see Austria turn 6 tomorrow. Drop that Lewis Hamilton cap. Oh, wait. Lando appreciates a vacate. Yeah, he comes back well, doesn't he? Comes back well. Fair play, Lando. Lando's banged it. Lewis can't keep doing it. Oh, no, Michael. Say it's not so. Michael predicting the title of the next video. Bloody Nora. I don't know what the reaction video is going to say. Maybe we bench the reaction video for 8 p.m. Go on, you guys let me know. Should we do a reaction video? If you think we should do a reaction video, a cheeky 10-minute one or less, drop a 1 in the chat. If you think we just save it and go live at 8 p.m. and go long, then drop a 2. It will be one or the other, not both. Cheeky reaction video, 1. Save it for 8 p.m. when we'll talk and go long. Drop a 2. I'm keen. I can see this Lewis video coming, for crying out loud, Michael. It's hard, isn't it? I'm guided by your light here. McLaren 1 and 2. Fudge. Cheeky reaction video. Okay. So you guys are saying cheeky reaction video. Lewis Hamilton can't keep doing this. It is then. Okay, you guys are saying, all right, so we're split. All right, maybe we just go at 8 then. We're split. Okay, it's a 50-50 split. Go on then. I'll ruminate on it and we'll go live at 8 p.m. and go long and go back and forth. Yeah, most of you guys are saying, okay, we'll go long at 8 then and go back and forth. Okay, cool. I'll dissect and then we'll go live at 8 and we'll talk about it because this one feels like it needs a bit of a deep dive. Michael, hopefully I'll be able to get hold of Mr. Windsor on Monday. Oh, the humanity. It's tacky. We'll go live at 8. I need to go and get some shut eye because I'm shattered around here. It's chaos. Go on then, chat. You guys have been legends. Thank you so much for engaging me, indulging me on my F1 nonsensory monologues and soliloquy. You guys have been legends. We will catch up in T-minus 4 hours and 53 minutes, 8 p.m. British, where we will talk, go long and dissect for all of the pertinent F1 threads on the back of what was an interesting qualifying session, round 13, the Belgian Grand Prix, Spa-Francorchamps. What are we doing here?